Alright, well on my youths. So I know this video is taking me a while, even though I posted that there would be a video about it. And truth is, I just took a while to do it. So you know what? Allow me this. Long story short, Misfits has the Prime card that I recently talked about in my new breakdown video, and we're gonna get into this new breakdown video of the Prime card. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm gonna go with the prelims first. By the way, y'all like this? Y'all like this setup? Y'all like my room? Might give you a room tour once I learn how to clean the fucking place. So, there's that. First fight for prelims on the Prime card, we got Chase Demore versus Tempo Arts. Not gonna lie, right? This is the one and only time I'm gonna give Chase his props and his flowers. I honestly think Chase is gonna win this. I don't have anything against Tempo Arts. If anything, I have everything against Chase. However, Chase, despite his record being 1-4 or 2-4, no, it's 1-4. My bad, 1-4. And Tempo Arts record being 1-0, I still think Chase is gonna come out into the ring swinging and end up beating Tempo Arts. So I think that's where we're at right now with that fight. I don't see it going anywhere else. So those are my thoughts. Next we got SX versus DTG, baby. All right. So I'm gonna root for SX. My predictions will be SX because not only is his music fire, but I really just like him because of his music. So I don't really know that much about DTG. It could just go out the other way because my last video, half my predictions were completely wrong. So that's just me. All right, next we got a women's match, which is Astrid Wet versus Alexia Grace. Now, I personally think Astrid will win simply because she's had fights on Misfits before and she's come out victorious. I still want to see her go against Elle Brooke. I think that fight would be great. I think they should have done that fight for this Prime card, but again, I don't run the show, so it's none of my business. And as far as Alexia Grace goes, she's not. I mean, I've seen her on the pads. She's not the best when it comes to this whole type of ordeal. So I go for Astrid. Next we got Swarms versus Ryan Taylor. And you ask me, Swarms is gonna get this easy. Now this is a rematch. There'll be 2 rematches on this Prime card. I don't know. There's a lot of bad blood where Swarms talked about his kid. Guess there's a custody issue there. Ooh. In the last fight, we literally gave him the nickname One Punch Man because all it took was one punch from Swarms. And I guess he dislocated his orbital socket. So Swarms has this one. Next we got a tag team match, which I'm gonna be honest. If this tag team match doesn't get better than the last one, I'm gonna start not liking tag team matches just because it takes a while. For this tag team match, we got Alex Wasabi and Nick Lamau versus B Dave and Luis Pineda. All of these fighters good on their own. Now normally with a tag team match, I would say B Dave and Luis Pineda because their chemistry, their teamwork, and just them in general all around are really great people. But for some reason, I gotta lean towards Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi. But hey, I'll be happy if I get this one wrong. I'll be really happy because my boy Luis is always famous for the vamos, vamos. Moving up to the bigger fights, we got My Mate Nate versus Whindersson Nunes, which is a fight that they were supposed to have on Kingpin, but since they went bankrupt because they don't know how to pay their fighters, that's not my business. Anywho, they're supposed to be in the losers bracket of the tournament. I guess we get that match here, which is fine, I'm not complaining. But why? To me, those 2 names are not really a big draw on this. But again, I don't own Prime. I don't own Misfits. I'm not one of the creators of Misfits. So It is what it is. Also, I just realized y'all could see my ring light, the little circle thing, the little circle. Still figuring this shit out. This little circle thing right here. I just realized y'all could see that. But hey, yeah, no, your boy got a ring light. So if you haven't known it, I got one now. So I don't have to do my videos standing in the front of the mirror anymore. You'll see what I'm talking about when I drop the room tour. I'm just gonna drop the room tour. Honestly, I'm just gonna drop the room tour after this. All right, so now we get into the really great fights. Now I'm talking, it'll blow your socks off type shit. We got King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. Now, let me give you the rundown on these two, right? King Kenny is a force to be reckoned with, and when it comes to the influencer boxing scene, all right? King Kenny is top 10, top 10. And Anthony Taylor is in the top 10. Fun fact, King Kenny is ranked number 7 and Anthony Taylor is ranked number 8. But King Kenny has had multiple fights when all his fights have been against hard people. I would argue King Kenny has had some of the hardest fights ever. Now, Anthony Taylor is also a force to be reckoned with. Taylor is not one to fuck around. He came from Bellator, and he is the only one that has proven my theory of MMA fighters are not boxers incorrect, because this man has mowed through every opponent ever. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to watch these two go head to head. Who do I think will win? Not gonna lie, I love King Kenny. I really do. Because King Kenny in his last fight against Whindersson Nunes on Kingpin, yo, he made Whindersson his bitch, bro. I mean, his absolute bitch. But no influencer has ever been able to beat Anthony Taylor, and I think that's gonna be the same way. However, I do think King Kenny is going to be the hardest opponent Anthony Taylor has ever fought on Misfits. So I got Anthony Taylor for that. All right, next we get into my favorite fight of the night. We got my boy Super Saul Poppy. Look, the weight transformation on this mofo has been amazing. I'm talking, this man was eating burgers, sweets, cake, all types of junk food. And this man said, nah, I'm gonna go to boxing. And said, all right, now I'm slim. This man, I think, went from like 190, 180 to 168. Let me tell you, that boy has abs now. Super Saul motherfucking Poppy for a reason. I just realized I was glazing this man so hard. Pause, but you know what I mean. Then, so we got Super Saul Poppy against Slim the Hitman Albert. Both fighters are great. Both fighters are very tough in their 168 division. And it's gonna be fun having these two go at it. This is a fight that everyone wants to see. Obviously, as you can tell by the glazing I was doing a couple seconds ago, I got Super Saul Poppy for this because his power is just unimaginable. All right, Slim has been known to get some knockouts too, I'm not gonna lie. However, the only thing I think Slim has on him is his height and the range, and that's about it. That's really all about it. But Poppy has the heart, Saul Poppy has the strength, Saul Poppy has the determination, and that's all she wrote. I think there's gonna be a knockout for that fight. I really do. So I got Super Saul Poppy. All right, this is the co-main event, and this is the other rematch I was telling you about. We got Dean the Grey versus Waleed Sharks, the rematch. Now, not gonna lie, in the last fight they had on Misfits 002, I really think Waleed would have won that fight if he didn't get too comfortable and kept his hands down towards the end. Because you'll see in that fight, if you go back and look at that fight, Waleed was winning. Like, Waleed would have won because this man dropped Dean twice. Well, technically 3 times, but the ref didn't count that. So 3 times. And then I think the ego got to his head and he let his hands down for a bit, and Dean just managed to knock him out. And that was it. That's all she wrote. And that's how, and ever since then, you got Misfits of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now that you got this prime card, which I don't think is 10, but we're just gonna call it the prime card because nobody else is calling it 10. So, who do I think has this rematch? It's gonna be hard because Dean has had some other fights too, and Dean has been showing a lot of improvements. So they're kind of like Goku and Vegeta fighting each other, but the thing is, you don't know which one is Goku and you don't know which one is Vegeta, type shit. As you can tell, I love anime. Fuck posters. Room tour. I keep hyping that shit up. Or room tour. In reality, I honestly think, bro, it's really hard. It's really hard to like judge this, but I'm gonna go with Dean. I really think Dean has this. But Waleed is going to give him a run for his money and make him work for it. I'm talking like, this Dean is going to be tired by the end of this boxing match. Dean is going to be like begging for water at the end of this, but I still got Dean. Next, we got the double main event. I'm just going to call it the real co-main event, which is Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. Now, for those of you who don't know or don't have Twitter, Dylan Dennis has been trashing, and I mean trashing, this man's wife, yo. Like, you don't, like, look, I get shit talking in boxing, I get trash talking back and forth, but don't shit talk the man's wife, yo. Why you shit talking the man's wife? Why you do that? That's kind of scummy. That's pretty scummy of you. That's pretty low of you to do. Acting like, oh, the girl, like we all ain't got histories, before you got with that one person. You think that one person just got with you and has been with nobody else? Like, bro, like, come on. Why you gotta diss the woman? But with all that being said, Dylan has attracted a lot of fans, I guess, to his side. And Logan Paul being the controversial person he is, I could understand why fans would want to see him get knocked out. However, Logan Paul's fans want to see Logan knock Dylan out because, one, I do agree, trashing a man's wife when you're supposed to be boxing him is not the best route to go. But for Dylan, it's worked perfectly because he's gained a lot of followers, he's gained a lot of fans, he's gained a lot of revenue in like Twitter money, which I didn't even know Twitter like fucking paid y'all. So might just hop on there in a bit. Shit. Long story short, Logan has this in the bag. All right. Dylan Dennis is from Bellator as well. Only he's not as good as Anthony Taylor. I'm not gonna lie. This motherfucker, when it comes to jiu-jitsu though, I'll give the man his props. The only reason Dylan Dennis got so good at jiu-jitsu and is a big name in the Bellator scene is because he trains closely with Conor McGregor. That's about it. While he's dick sucking Conor McGregor, he's not a real boxer. He really isn't. And I think, this Saturday night, October 14th, y'all are gonna see that Dylan Dennis is not an actual boxer. Then we got the main event of the evening. We got Mr. KSI versus Tommy Fury. Now, I will say, Jake Paul went against Tommy Fury, lost by split decision. And Jake is supposed to be an influencer boxer, not an actual pro boxer. Tommy is a pro boxer. Tommy's like, he's not a great pro boxer. Like, I will tell you right now, the last pro boxer in Misfits 009, Idris Virgo, would mop the fucking floor with Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury, for those of you who don't know, is the younger brother of Tyson Fury, heavyweight champion of the world in boxing. So, is he good? Mid type shit, he's like mid. Is he good enough for influencers to try and beat him and shit? Yes, because we're talking about pro boxers versus influencer boxers. Obviously, I love JJ, I love KSI, but Tommy has this. Tommy has this in the bag. I will say, however, I do think KSI gives Tommy a harder fight than Jake does, because in Tommy's last fight with Jake, Jake was trying to, it was more technical. So Jake was trying to really outbox Tommy Fury, which is like the same thing as you trying to outball a basketball player technical wise. Like, no, it's not gonna work. The reason I say it's so close is because, look, Tommy is supposed to be a pro, right? How is it that a influencer boxer lost to you by split decision? That means one judge was like, yes, Tommy won. The other judge was like, nah, Tommy lost. The other judge was a tiebreaker. This motherfucker said, nah, Tommy got it. Really close, but Tommy got it. So if Tommy does win, which I do think he will win, and I'll be shocked. I really will be shocked if JJ pulls this off. Then shit, Tommy's gotta retire. Or he's gotta start boxing underground. Or he's gotta go into hiding, start boxing, come out and be some fucking. He's gotta be Canelo. At this point to like redeem himself. There's no way the man just goes, no, I'll fight you, and then loses. And the reason I say that JJ will give Tommy a harder fight than Jake does is because if you look at his past clips, he's very unorthodox as a boxer. Not unorthodox as like, oh, he's not orthodox, he's like southpaw type shit. No, he's very unorthodox, from the movements to the training regiments to even the gym he trains at, which he trains at Shoe Fighters London, or Shoe Fighters MMA gym in London. MMA gym. So he's mixing up tactics of MMA and boxing. So that comes a little bit unorthodox, which is why I do think JJ will give him a harder time. But I will say Tommy is a pro boxer. I think Tommy takes this shit. And hey, those are my thoughts on this Prime card. Love the Prime card. Wish that there were different fights on it. You could easily replace Whindersson versus My Main Nate, and Astrid Wet versus Alexia Grace to Astrid Wet versus Elle Brook. You could put Deji on the Prime card versus Whindersson. That would have been a bigger draw. Again, I don't work at Misfits. I don't own Misfits. Yada yada type shit. Those are my thoughts. Those are my comments. It's currently 2:04 or 9 type shit. 2 in the morning. So I'm gonna rest because I gotta get up early. It's currently Wednesday, so as I'm recording this, it's fight week. Again, I did procrastinate. I took a while to put out this video, kind of like some of your parents took a while to tell you that you were either adopted or they love you. Cry the fuck about it. Anywho, so those are my thoughts, right? But before you guys go, you guys to do me a favor, right? Look at this screen right now. Oh shit, is that my Instagram? God damn, y'all should go follow that bit. I'm gonna go off now. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some sleep. I realized I didn't finish recording the rest of that outro, but yeah, no, this is the end of the video. You already know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment type shit if you want to see more of these videos, or just more content in general. And follow my fucking Insta, cause I'm not even joking. Follow my Insta. I love y'all. Good night. Yeah. I be floating on a cloud, like, can you hear me? East the pink, sipping, lit the pinky. They don't know about it, they can feel me. Say they gonna ride to try to kill me. I see always talking like they scary. They don't want to smoke with niggas.